Hey there, it's Max and Simone, your favorite neighborhood nerd, with a snippets from my desk video. And we're sitting at the dog park right now. For some reason, Max doesn't make it at home all the way until it's cool enough to go and play. So we just come here and hang out. We play a little. He often lays in the shade. Not here. There's no shade here. And then I often make calls to my representatives using the 5 Calls app. If you haven't done that yet, I would highly encourage you to check it out. Maybe listening to my audiobook or podcast if I do. And then we spend an hour here. It's really windy up here, so it doesn't feel as hot as it usually is. And yeah, it's really chill. It's a nice way to spend hot afternoons. Well, they would be better spent inside with an AC on full, on high. But it's stressful is might be a too strong of a word, but I just cannot check on Max every 5 seconds to see what he's chewing up now. And I also don't want him to be in a crate all afternoon. He just needs to get out. And 4 is his max. So now we're here. It is almost 5. So we've been here for 30 minutes. He's chilling. I'm chilling. And we have a lot of time on our hands today. So I'm pretty sure that I will be filming another snippets video later on today. Did you just fart? What, you? You didn't? Okay, whatever. I think I started a whole slew of videos where I talked about my pens, my nibs, the state of my collection was one video, choosing pens and inks for July. And even though that video is not coming out until July, I don't know, 16th, 19th, I think what I'm going to do in the next video that you'll see on my desk, snippety, is I will ink up the pens with you. I think that's what I'm going to do. And now he's chilled out enough. He's gonna play a little and I'm gonna play a little. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I would like to do this weekend. I'm currently debating whether I want to go on a hike tomorrow morning or not. It's supposed to get even hotter than now. And my whole body tells me that I don't want to. But I know that it will be so amazing for my mental health. I mean, I'm always going on walks and hikes with Max. So on Sundays, just am I going around here or am I driving a bit and then going? I already know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna have a chill weekend. My husband and my youngest son aren't home. So it's super chill at home. Nobody's asking me questions. And I think I'm just gonna use that time to pig out. And pigging out for me means I am going to go on a longer walk with Max in the morning when it's still cool and fresh. And then I'm gonna turn on the AC, sit on my desk all day, film all the videos, catch up on all the things. And maybe I can take one of my kids next Sunday and go on a hike with them. it's more pressure. So I make sure to get out. So yeah, there's two things that are really big on my mind right now. I cleaned a lot of my June pens because I just didn't feel like I wanted to keep using them. And I want to ink up the next batch. That is the one thing that I would like to do. And then another thing that I would like to do, which I think will be a separate video as well, is I want to catch up in my journal. The problem is that I have new stuff that I would love to actually film new videos about, but I'm not feeling them right now. So I need to figure out how I want to do that. And I also got two things on collaboration with Benu. I think I talked about this in every single video right now. And I really want to showcase them in a timely manner. But again, I am not feeling making those videos right now. So I think so here's my plan. And as you know, as you've seen over these past videos that I shared already, I need to talk out loud to you in order to make it make sense. But I think my best course of action would be if I focus on inking up my pens right now, if I catch up in my journal so that I can put it aside and start in my new journal on July 1st, which will be, what's that, next Tuesday? Yeah, so I have today, which I'm not going to touch it probably, Sunday, Monday, and then I'm going to start on Tuesday in my new journal. So I don't know if I'm going to start right on Wednesday, but I don't want to carry over old stuff. I'm not going to push off the new journal in order to finish the old. I'm just going to go with the flow. And as soon as July starts, I'm going to move into the new thing. I'm going to work in the new thing, and everything else that is not done is backlog. I took notes, and if I ever have the time to catch up, I will. And if I don't, I won't. So that's my plan right now. The other thing that I've been thinking about, and I've also talked about, is my planner stack video, my journal flip, my ink journal flip, and my ink journal stack videos. I think those are gonna come out later, like as they usually do with me. And those will come when I'm done with all the rest. That feels like a good course of action. Yeah. Also need to do some research about storks. If you get the reference, you're awesome. Yeah, I really have the need to talk to you right now because I haven't talked to you in such a long time. So, where's Max? Right here. I think I'm gonna throw the ring a little bit for a little bit, and then we're gonna head home, make dinner. We're gonna have lemon chicken orzo soup today. And then I'll meet you at the desk. Did you want to run, Max? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Can I have it? Let it go. Come on. Let me have it. Here we go. Need to swap the camera so you can see what he can do. I can't throw it as far. Thank you. I don't want to play tug of war with you right now. Can I have it? Thank you. My dorky dog loves going for the ring, and he can actually grab it really well when it's rolling. But sometimes he's just a dork. Here we go. Ow! Oh my God. Can I have it? Thanks. Ooh. Really? Ah. Okay, meet you at the desk. So, I guess I'm also filming my currently inked video for July while I'm inking these pens. I don't know how that happened, but I prepared some paper stuff here. And I haven't, that's not cool. I left some space so I can put my July title like I did here, for instance. But I don't really know what I'm going to do. And because I'm going to take a photo of this before I'm adding anything here, maybe I'm just gluing something in here. I don't know yet. Slowly but surely, my ideas for what I can make for these title pages kind of leave me. This is May. April looked like this. March was amazing, I think. Here. Oh, I need to make another one of these. And then February looked like this. Where is it? Right here. And February is okay. January I really liked. Maybe I need to find something like this again. So, there we go. The puppy is with us as usual. I think I'm going to use this for now, and then we'll see when, if, and how I'm going to film the currently inked video. So I already have all of these inks in my pens. The only pens that I need to ink are these, with the inks that I selected earlier. So I pulled out the nib that I want to use. Oh, there we go. He went off. The chair that I have is too small for him. So he kind of spills over, and if he rolls up tightly like a ball, it works okay for a while, but then something needs to get off that chair. So yeah, now he's off and on his dog bed, so we'll see how that is going to go. I am inking up all these things. I'm so curious to see how this works. So let's just go and do it. I had to go back to the video where I talked about all the inks that I picked and which pen I wanted to put in what ink, or what ink I wanted to put in which pen, to figure out what would go where. And these are, oh my goodness, this doesn't even work at all. But you know me, I don't really match pens and inks, so this is just going to be fine. I did not bring a paper towel. Well, there is one right here. We can use that. Okay. Definitely much broader line than I was expecting, but I think that's okay. I believe that's going to be fine. I think I can sketch with that. And I really like the Architect. It's not as slicey as my other one, but it's still very expressive. Like it a lot. Okay, so this is the first one that's inked. Put that right here. I don't even know if this is going to be a full-length video, so I have to tack on something else. I don't know. But, you know, maybe not all of the inking processes are going to be like this. So if you hear Max chewing on a bone in the back, that's exactly what he does. What he's doing right now. Okay, then Arkenstone. What I need for this is silicone grease. Where did I put that though? Maybe it's in here? Oh yeah, right here. How am I going to do this? So I'm going to ink up this pen for the very first time. There's a lot of things that I'm inking up for the very first time. So I'm using this Monarch fine nib for the very first time. I purchased that pre-loved. So this is what I want. And I will have to add some silicone grease to the threads right here. But I will do that when I have filled this pen. So I am going to be very risky here. I don't know how the FA nib works with shimmer ink, but I really want to use that and see how it performs with an FA nib. And if push comes to shove and it's not going to work out, then what I'm going to do is just simply unink it and be done with it. Okay, this is good. I was able to use almost all of my sample that I have. So this is how much ink is in there. I hope you can see this. There's a lot of pen barrel that is not fillable, and this is the amount of ink that I put in here. That might be too much. And then I want to, wow, that is absolutely not what I wanted to do. This is dangerous territory here. So I actually, right here, this is my silicone grease brush, but now I have all of that on my thumb, so I can just take it from there. That's enough. I need to make sure that I'm not touching any inky things like a nib or a cartridge or a converter with my thumb. And I'm actually going to grab a paper towel in a second and wiping all of that off. I think I'm just going to use this and then start using a new one. So I'm going to put this in here and see what happens and screw this down. Wow, okay. I've already got ink on here. So this will just the nib fits into this cap. I hadn't even tried. I was just going from the Naria model right here. This is basically the same thing. And because the cap fit onto this nib, I thought it was going to fit on here, and it did. So now I am going to clean this off really quickly, putting it back. And then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to grab, well, you know what? I don't even need another paper towel, so let me put this aside as well. And then I'm going to throw this into my trash can so I'm not tempted to use it again with fountain pens and inks. So let's see how that is going to work out for me. Okay, this is the Pilot FA nib, and I love this. Yep, this is good. We can use this. Let's put this into my pen case. 3 Mayfair pens in here. So, next one. This one is going to be inked with the Walltown. The Walltown Watts here is going to be inked with Sungyo by Pilot Iroshizuku. And I need a converter, and I need a Sailor converter. Now, I don't see one off the top of my head, like just here. There's one right here. This one will work. When you swap out nibs and put them onto a Yovo compatible housing like from Flexible Nib Factory, I don't know if there's any other manufacturer who does these basically third-party things that you can use to hack your pens. I have no idea if there's other people out there who make this. The only place that I know of right now is Flexible Nib Factory. But if you get a Sailor or Pilot compatible nib housing that you can put into the feed-in nib, go into the housing, and the housing then fits into a Yovo section, let's put it that way, then you need to make sure that your ink cartridges or converters will fit into this as well. Oh my gosh, this is so loud. I don't know, do you hear this? It annoys the heck out of me. Usually I'm not bothered, but right now it like, I can't even. Let's push this back out and then just get it back in. And I dip my section in way too deep. What am I doing? Look at this. Oh my God. I am not to be trusted with stuff. So, well, I guess I need a new thing. Don't do as I do. Oh, and then there's too much cat hair here. Ugh. So I'm just gonna dip this in here and get some ink out. Well, this pen needs cleaning after I'm done with this. This is very fat, a really thick line. Fountain pen. But it's just so lovely. I like it. I really like it. It's very similar in writing to this one. We'll see. When I'm using them more, you know, this is the very first experiment, basically. I'm inking them up. I'm seeing how they work with each other, how I like using them. And then if something is just not good enough the way that I like it, then I will swap it out. I'm not committed to using all of these things for, you know, I have to start inking my pens on July 1st and I cannot stop using them until July 31st. That's not how I am. Wow, this might not work. Nope, this is not working at all. So we are going to take this out and we are cleaning it off, and then we're going to get the fabulous ink miser and a pipette, and then we're moving some of the ink over here. I think that's enough. Then I need to clean this again. So now let me just close this bottle. I can dip this in here and ink up my pen. Look how easy this goes. Yeah, I like this. I really like how nicely this sits in all of the sections. It's such a nice, satisfying closure basically here. So, so much ink. Look how wet this is. Basically, this looks black, which is okay. I am not mad about this. And then I'm going to put the cap back on. And then the last pen that I'm going to ink is the Benu Euphoria Summer Magic that I just received from Benu to showcase in my videos, which I am doing. Also, I really want to do some research about storks. Maybe you heard me talk about this, but I want to show you something. I hope it comes out. So this is supposed to be chameleon shimmer, and it looks very yellow right now, but when I tipped it over earlier, it turned to like this almost aqua blue. Oh, maybe now can you see it a little? It looks a little different, and I thought that was so cool. So if I look at this from here, it looks different. I really like that, and I love these purple, can you see those? The purple shimmer, like the whole body, the purple part, not the pink glitter here, but there's a lot of teeny tiny shimmers. It's not as big as the pink one, but the whole thing is, the whole body and the whole section as well is all purple glitter, which I really like. And I think I mentioned it before. If you can see this, the artwork is just outstanding. So I am going to ink this up. I haven't dip tested it yet. This is like so not me, but I don't have to be me all the time. What are you doing? Okay. Now he's trying the chair again, which I can already tell him, if he would listen, that it's not going to work out. But you know what? It's fine. As long as I'm okay here and not having to micromanage this dog, it's fine. Oh, why am I always dropping so much ink? Water everywhere. Okay, so I want to ink this with Shinkaichi Gold. I think this color is just perfect for the moon. And I don't know why. Well, first of all, it works really well with my color selection that I have going. But I just didn't want to choose the typical ones that are there. So I haven't inked this yet, so it might completely go wrong. And I need to... I think that's good enough for the first inking. And we can see how the nib feels. It might be too light, who knows? Okay, then let's do this. It feels very stiff, but there is ink flowing. It feels very fine as well, so I like this. It goes down a little bit greener, but when it dries, it's almost the exact same color as the moon. This is Shinkaichi Gold, and I will have to... It feels a little tight, and the feed and the nib don't align perfectly. It shouldn't be a really big problem. Let's see if just by okay, so downstrokes. I find what irritates me right now is that when I'm doing these downstrokes, there's basically almost no ink. Side strokes. Wow. Does this look misaligned to you? It doesn't feel like it. There is also tipping on here. Side strokes this way, side strokes this way, side upstrokes, downstrokes. And there's always this, see? Why? If I go higher, there is ink, but if I don't, so, This annoys me. That's right, Benno Euphoria. Summer Magic, hand painted. It's a fine Schmidt nib, steel. What else can we write? It does write nicely, so maybe just needs a little time. I might also come in with a brass shim and see how that was going to work, but I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm just going to put it aside and call this done. So let's quickly do a color check. So we have basically, what are we going to start with? Red. We don't have red. We have this. What is this? Purple? Is this? I don't know. I don't know my color theory. So if we greens. So let's just sort it this way, and then I have that, and then the Skogsy. That's for sure. And then we go into the blues. So then we have this one. And then we have the ST. Okay, so there's that. So how do we get out of there again? This is the most hilarious thing ever. And then this. And then obviously the orange goes above here. And I think this is red. So what else do we have? We have this. This up here. And then this brown above. So where does this go then? Where does this leave us then? And there we have it. It's back to really, really dark. I need to put this ink into a different pen. I think I'm not going to use this. It just annoys the heck out of me. So I'm going to unink this and clean this out. But that would then give us the opportunity to have another color. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we just don't. And then this brown could go above here. Okay, so let's just do a color check and see, because you know me, I love rainbows. So this is Sailor. My dog is so loud. Now he's basically I'll show it to you. So the bone just fell into this cardboard box. He's getting it back out. But the problem is that the stool is not stable. And so it moves away. And so he was just basically, his back hind legs were on the chair. His front legs were standing in front of the stool. And now he is right here. Okay, and then we would use this. I think another reason why I was so surprised is because this is, the Sailor Fine is just so much finer than the Sailor Medium. There is a nib size in between that I just forgot. Then we have this. This is a Pilot medium in a White Bear pens. And then we have orange. Oh, this is so fine. Nothing here. Franklin Christoph, Sig, extra fine. Do you have a hand-painted Benu? If you do, which one do you have? This is a Benu. Because I'm asking because I don't know how to store this. Do I just put it into this pen case like so? Do I pull out another one of these and put it in there and then put it into the pen case? How does it behave when it touches? It is 9 p.m. and I need to go to bed now. So, and then, yes, I am actually often going to bed at around 9. This is a Lamy Fine. I like this color scheme. I really like this. Now we're back on the chair. This is Monarch medium. Okay, so this is the medium. If we go reverse, it's a fine. Hold. Can you see the hind legs on the chair? Yeah, front is down and he just lost his bone, so he's picking it back up. Someone might be done with this now. Okay, he's done. Seriously, Max? Can you settle down, please? Max. Doo-doo. Oh, the hearing is very well. Going really good. I find this behavior so dorky. Okay, so I think I'm gonna help this poor guy and then I'll be back and finish this. And then we have a Pilot medium. And then we have Monarch Fine. So, of course, these are two different inks. They flow differently. I would think that the line width of these both of these fine nibs is the same. And then we have the reverse. Oh my God, this is an architect. I love this. This is so good. I'm so glad, Jeffrey, I'm so glad that you sold this. Thank you so much for offering it to me first. He asked me and I was like, okay, sure. And then I decided I really don't care where I get my funds from. I wanted this for so long. And this is a pilot. How awesome that I am done. Oh, there he goes. He just moved over there. Okay. This is so good. I like this. There's definitely a huge gap in between these two. There could be another ink in between that would bridge this gap. I don't really think I need it. I get the whole spiel here. Yeah, wow. Okay, yes, I decided that I'm going to unink this. So I can just move this over here and then this will be safe unless it rubs off by going in and out of this. That's the chance that I have to take, right? So then I only have 10 pens inked. Wow. And I already prepared my July currently inked for, you know what? I'm just going to leave that here for that video and talk about that I am going to unink it and why. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, this is 10. And then this would be the Franklin Christoph Sig medium. I think it's the ink. I think the ink changes color as soon as it oxidizes. Is that what it's called? When it has contact with air. And I just cannot stand it. So what I need to do is put this specific ink into a pen that has a better vacuum seal, which I mean, none of the pens have, but that is better at sealing the nib. Yeah, so there's that. I'm really excited for this. So I need to update my thing. And I thought in one of my next videos, because maybe we can look at, well, first of all, my friend Amy has this tape and pen, and I need to figure out what pen she uses to write on washi tape, because I need that. There's no water in there anymore. He's thirsty. Maybe we can, so this one is empty and I need to, the nib section is missing, but oh, I have a whole thing of nibs in my pocket. Shoot! I cleaned them out earlier because they were still losing color. So here is, oh wow, look, there's still ink in here. What the heck? Can we unscrew this? No. How do I get this out of here? That's so odd. So I guess I need to get creative with this. Maybe. Oh, okay, I seen somewhere. This guy needs to go to bed. Nope. It's not working. Don't kill other things. You know what? I'm just gonna go and clean this again when I bring the dog to bed. But this, I was trying to get out all of the ink. Sad. I'm sad. That is in here. There's a dark blue shimmer ink in here, so there's also still ink here. So how do I get this? This is not going to budge at all. Well, I'm just going to have to contaminate an ink then, I guess, and just live with the fact that there's still blue ink in here but I'm gonna try and clean this out. But yeah, so these ones I brought up because they had both still leaked. There's pink still here, and there's purple in here, or other vice versa. So I brought them downstairs and rinsed them again. So I thought maybe we can go through and clean out those that I don't enjoy and fill up the ones that are empty and label the ones that don't have labels. That would be a fun thing to do. But I want to just quickly stamp the date. And yes, we are still in June 28. So this one, see, what was I talking about? I had an ink. Yes, Diamond Wagner. I talked about this, that I already had that in there. So I cleaned out this one. I cleaned out this one. And I put this into the bone crusher. I'm going to unink that too. I uninked this one. And I uninked my Pelikan M800. I'm actually thinking about selling that one. I really wanted the color, but I don't know. Maybe it's just not meant to be. I have the green demonstrator and I really like that. And I just don't see myself with the amount of ink pens that I'm inking every month, or whenever I ink pens. I don't see myself inking 2 Pelikan M800s in fine at the same time. Okay, so how many pens did I ink? 5. 6? What? I don't know. I think it was 5. I'm going to put this right here. Okay, these are the pens that I inked. These are the pens that I uninked. And this is basically, just in case you were wondering, how I do this all the time. I evaluate the way that an ink works for me. I change it if it doesn't work. I will unink it if I don't like it. I will move some forward if they're really great. And yeah, so there is definitely some of these I can figure out by looking at this. I don't know if I should keep these one size here. Oh, there's one that I uninked today. Maybe it's still here. This one. Oh, June 19th. I think that's when I put it into my glass, and I did not when did I notice that I didn't have the year? These are all 24. Yeah, no, this is 2025. Oh, I do want to check. So I would love to use this nib and replace this nib. So I want to This is in theory is a needle point or an extra fine. So it's not necessarily the same. Let me write this one more time. But also I'm going to use a traveler's notebook insert with a bigger grid. Well, it's wetter, but it's not necessarily a lot broader than this. Yeah, I think that this is going to work. So it feels like I'm doing a disservice to the monarch nib when I put it on an Esterbrook. I talked about this in a different video too. I don't know. I kind of like the idea because especially when I have a black ink in here that is permanent, I would want this nib to stay as wet as possible without much evaporation. And this is definitely one of the pens that does this pretty well. So I think I'm done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, for inking my pens with me, touching stupid silicone grease. I'm really excited to explore. I'm wondering if I should, oh, look at this. How about, I have an idea. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Didn't I say that maybe I need another color? What if I ink a pen with one of the, let's look. So my first idea is raspberry rose. Where is that? Here. But that is actually too red. It could go up here, but this is then totally stand out. But also I feel like if so often what I do is use two pens together, two inks. This and that will work. This is going to be very loud. Let's do this. I like that. I want to see what the monarch medium nib looks like. This and this. So, okay, so what I'm doing, you will see. Sorry, I thought I was done, but I'm not. I also don't know what pen I would want to ink. Oh, I know what pen I want to ink. I just looked through my pen case earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and I thought, I saw my Leonardo Momento Zero and I was like, oh my God, why haven't I inked this yet? This in a long time. So, I like this combination together. I think tintype would also look really good, but I want to see what this looks like. Hello, how are you doing? This is also quite loud, but it's still, I like it. It works well together. Like if you look at this and that, don't you think that this will work well together? And then this, oh, well, there's hair. This will work for sure. These two. It's a little boring, but it will work, especially when I don't want this to be so loud as this. But these two are both very loud combinations. Hello, how are you doing? I am really well. But unfortunately, it's now time to go to bed. There's a green halo around this ink. So, yeah. Okay. These will all work. This possibly, well, actually, this might even work. Even if it's a contrast, maybe, yeah, whatever. So raspberry rose could be a contender, but also possibly not. What about a blue? Do I have, I haven't used this ink yet. I mean, it's not really connecting these two, but I don't also need it. What if I ink this one? Do I just do it and go for it? Do I have anything that I could? I don't think so. I don't really want to go here because I feel like it's so off the beaten path. I could use grape ice pop, but I'm annoyed with Ferris wheel press, so I'm not sure if I should. It would look good. It would exactly fit exactly into this gap right here. What would you do? I haven't used this yet, and there's a lot of dark inks right now going on. I think I'm just going to use this one. So we are going to pull out that ink. Nope. Nope. Yes. And pull out the pen. It's this one. And then we're going to ink up. It's always a match with this pen, so don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Maybe we should move all of this stuff aside so that we don't have ink. Oh, I don't, that's not the right thing. So. Do I have another ink miser? I don't know. In theory, I have one, but in practice, I don't. Where is it though? I could use this. I think this is supposed to be one. it's not going to work in my favor though. I should have another one that is black, but I don't know where that is right now. Well, there we go. It looks clean. Wow, dripping in water. That is perfect. Okay, here we go. Let's drop some water on here because that's what we seem to... Oh, did you just see this? Oh my God, it's time to go to bed, Simone. For sure. I have no idea what is going to happen with this, how this is going to work out. I am inking so many expensive pens that I don't really know. It seems like I will have to unink all of these pens before I leave, or I'm just going to leave them here and not take anything. But also that's going to be, I need my emotional support fountain pens with me. So in theory, what you would do is open up the pen before you ink it and stick it into this, and then you would ink it after. All right, there's a lot of ink in here now, and this pen has an ebonite feed, so I can hope for nice wet stuff. Okay, I'm gonna dump this back in here. I know you shouldn't do that, but it's gonna be my bottle that is going to be moldy, not yours. So let's soak this up here. Cool, cool, cool. And then get this upright. This needs to go downstairs to be washed. So a lot of, this is a Leonardo medium TI. Yes, I like this. I'm glad I did this. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to go here in my lineup. But when I'm going to film my video, so I can unink this now without. So this is super funny. So I actually stamped out 5 for the new pens and 6 for the old pens. Now it's going to be 5 for the old pens and 6 for the new pens. And obviously I've already messed this up because I love this pen though. I'm not a girl who can do things the right way. So now I'm done. For realsies, I would like to take some pens. I'm not sure if the pens that, wow, that is what happens when your tie is too short. Maybe I'll just have to stick them to my body, because I feel like I could ink another set of pens, like all of my just here pens. If I lose them, nothing is lost. Maybe I should do that actually. We will see. I will keep you posted. If I can't get to posting you before I leave, I will post you after. If I just add up the amount of money that is in here, my instincts say that I should leave them all here. And I actually think that the idea of just bringing my Just Here pens with me is not a bad idea at all. Okay, so I will see you next Sunday for another snippets video. Hopefully we will be catching up in my journal, because that is something that I would love to get done really soon. See you then. Good night. Until next time.